Okay, guys, I want to show you how to become a pro in configuring this application, like how you can configure this application and feel very professional handling it. So now, for example, you may want to choose your invoice type. You can just come to this setting here and you come to invoice setting, okay, to make a choice of invoice. So you can try different invoices to see if you're gonna feel better with any other invoice apart from this classic invoice. There are other invoice design like with a smaller printer, you can get different slimmer invoice. You understand? So apart from that, on this configuration page, you can actually rename some of the headings. Like for example, I can choose to rename I can remove this if I don't want this. There's no need to display zip code on my invoice. I can add a alternative number, make it display an alternative number. Then you can see here now under the label, this way I'm talking about. You can see product, fine. I may just change this to QTY to make it shorter. Then instead of unit price, I can just make this price only. On my invoice, this is my invoice heading. So instead of the last section of the invoice showing subtotal, I can just make this total. So with this, you can customize. I may not want this to be displayed on my invoice. So normally this one shows up at the front of the name. So you may just disable that and you go down and save. Then you have a different invoice look. So that's a good one. So let's take a look at business configuration also. I just use this one now. So we can also do business location. So based on okay, these are business locations. So you can see this the details of my business. I can just come here and click on edit. Okay. So therefore, after editing, I can now put an alternative number here, like the alternative number we enabled. I can change my address. I can put any information here, customize it better. So when you're coming down, it's better you just make all these default, you understand? So you make this first section default, then you come down a little. You can remove the irrelevant banks. So like as you can see, all this one will be checked at default. So you can remove them and just allow what you exactly wanted. Then you save. And then I just configured the business location. So what we have done now, I was able to show you how to configure the invoice setting. I've been able to show you how to configure your business address and location, change your address, change your phone number, change every information on your invoice. That one is done here. So now if you come here, the business setting, general business setting here. Under this general business setting, what you can actually do is here is there are so lots you can do, but let me just take what is important. You change this from 24 hours to change it to 12 hours. I think that's better. This is Nigeria. Change it there. Then your profit margin, you can set any profit margin to use for calculating your profit margin when you are entering your selling price. So now let's also go here. Here you can enable or disable overselling. This overselling will enable you to sell when you don't have the item on stock. So you can equally disable that. Then here on the POS section, you can come here and disable your express checkout so that they must select a bank for you to be able to view, for you to be able to do a payment, you must select a bank. Then you can enable address. This enable address on transaction will enable the address to display on your POS transaction such that someone can set the date. But this one can be used maliciously. So it is better disabled so that your operatives, your sales rep don't sell today's sales into a previous day, then the money will not reflect. So in order to avoid that, it is best to disable this. So but I'll just enable it now to show you what's going on here to show you how it's going to look after you have done the editing. Okay, now I have done the editing, so I'll just come like this now. Let me show you how the POS screen now will look like. So like as you can see on my POS screen now, I now have my dates here. But when I disable it, I'll not be able to select my dates. So let's go. So that's it. So I end this video here like that.